Alright guys, loser bracket, another match here, another best of 3 at the Panda Cup at the finals. pepeMLady against the House Mafia. Even before, like, it's Battlefield of Eternity, it's our first map in the best of 3. We're soon gonna enter the best of 5 realm of the tournament, but now that we're still in a lower bracket here in one of the earlier rounds, it's a best of 3. As usual, every single time I cast pepeMLady, they're joking around before they're starting a Battlefield of Eternity match, and they're like, hey, let's take our tennis for Khaldor again. Yeah, they actually did that in the past when they knew that they wouldn't win a game, and they played on Battlefield of Eternity, and they just YOLO'd at tennis in because they know how much I like a tennis on this map. It's Battlefield of Eternity, and we actually have Greymane, Urel, and Anna banned out pretty quickly. That's pretty late already. I mean, one player, by the way, had to be subbed out, so Nashir is playing in instead of GoRider right now. I don't know if GoRider just didn't have any time anymore today, or if they had to also swap him out for tomorrow. I don't think so, but it's past midnight already in Europe, so there's actually a chance that he has some kind of appointment in the morning, and therefore can't play anymore, so definitely a chance of that. It's kind of funny that actually Orphea gets banned because Azerite has been playing Orphea time and time again for the House Mafia, so apparently they decided that they don't want to go up against her, and instead he insta-picks on Cassia, so yeah, there's that. Will Q with an early ETC pick, he's of course pretty good on the Battlefield of Eternity. Li Ming comes in together with that too, but that leaves us with Imperius still up, which I assume is going to be picked now. And that is all. I mean, Cassia and Imperius will already be a great start for them into the draft. Anna, yeah, Anna's already banned out. Okay. Buying the time there. I mean, not really committing to anything too quickly. But, okay. GARROSH for Backhold. Fair enough. GARROSH gets played by Backhold. And we got Khaldor on Stukov. Alright. Okay. Could still see that Imperius for one of the two teams here. Honestly, every single time we're going this deep into a draft and I don't see a Imperius yet, I'm immediately starting to double check the bans again because I'm just like, do I brain fart right now? Have I actually missed something? Is Imperius banned and I didn't notice? But there's the Chromie ban at this point. Okay. Yeah, and of course now you can still ban out a support even. Oh, not that damage dealer. I mean, again, Greymane is already banned. It would be great on the immortal damage. We didn't see Jimmy yet picked. I don't think that he's going to be banned there either. I mean, maybe. Jimmy would be a great pick for pepeMLady. Just for the immortal damage alone. But there's the Imperius ban. Okay, so they don't want to risk that Imperius ends up in the hands of pepeMLady. Fair enough, so he gets banned on the 3rd position and the final one. Jimmy would be nice. You have Li Ming, got Jimmy with Exterminator. Has a really good setup already against Immortal. You have ETC to buy a little bit of space for both of them. More so for Jimmy than anyone else because he doesn't have the escape tools that Li Ming has available to her. With her ult, with teleportation. Yeah, Whitemane! Whitemane Blaze! Okay. Didn't expect the Whitemane pick. Gotta admit that. But, well, let's go. Last picks for the House Mafia. Need a little bit more damage, and we still need a solo laner for them. Still don't have one on that end. Let's get the Deathwing here again. When it comes to additional damage, something that... I mean, Jimmy for... They need something. Jimmy maybe for immortal damage. Vala is working too. Vala with an arrow build obviously is nice too. And there's the Deathwing pick. Okay, so, yeah, Jimmy or Vala and Suljin. Alright. We saw one Suljin already earlier today, now we see another one. Spicy. Let's go and see if pepeMLady has a little bit more success with Suljin than the previous team had. So, yeah, the boys had some problem with it. Maybe pepeMLady can pull through with him. Let's go. Game number 1. Game 1, it is Battlefield of Eternity, and on the left side, Khaldor playing Stukov. We got Gia on Vala, Azerite on Cassia, Skok on Deathwing, and Burger on Garrosh, aka Backhold, of course. On the right side of the map, Will Q on ETC, Uju on Blaze, we got Nashira on Li Ming, Cesabos on Soljin, and Dyla on Whitemane. Whitemane, definitely one of the heroes that I didn't necessarily expect in this one. Pity the Frail, the first one. Well, we don't have Anduin in the game, so nobody to pity here. Only strong people present. Obviously for Vala, the arrow build. I mean, if you ever play any kind of build on Battlefield of Eternity with Vala, it has to be the arrow build, simply because Monster Hunter is such a great tool when you're trying to lock the Immortal in. Will Q with the block party, a little bit of stacking for Cassia as she goes into the Thunderstroke. And also important to note that we don't have Headhunter level 1 for Soljin, but we actually have Bone Slicer here for him right now. So, game already starts up. Top lane, as you would expect, our solo laners are there with Deathwing against Blaze. And off we go. Let's see who is actually able to set this one up, especially on the objective. I mean, I would say that when it comes to Immortal pressure, Vala in particular is obviously fantastic. You have with Li Ming and Soljin, also two heroes that can start to do some serious damage on that bad boy. But teamfights will definitely be fairly interesting with Soljin and a potential late game, for example. So there's a lot of stacking already going on, with Azerite getting 5 stacks together, even a little bit more now that he's able to connect one of those side hits. But it should actually be kind of fun, because that is now one of those setups where either Soljin or Cassia in the late game could really make the difference for the team. And so far, Azerite is really making sure that he gets some good setups for the team here. And has 8 stacks right now. Okay, 11. Really hurrying up on that end. Top side, Scott going up against Richu. The two still locked into that 1 versus 1 battle. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, we have Cassia starting to really capitalize on these continuous skirmishes that we see happening here. 16 stacks already. Yeah, but now a little bit isolated. Needs to be careful. The problem is that the red team is in way more trouble. Backhold goes down, willing to sacrifice himself here. The problem is they're sacrificing more than him. They're sacrificing everything. The fuck is happening? Oh my god, look at that fight. I mean, first of all, we have Backhold just running it down there, hoping for the counter kill, doesn't get it, and then everybody gets murdered. So they lose 4 heroes, they lose the entire bot lane, they lose the camp. Now the rotation topside is trying to go for another one, and that was brutal. Absolutely demolished. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. So 4 kills to 0. They try to turn it around with the counter kill against Blaze at least. And they at least get that. So that leaves the bot lane completely exposed, which is kind of a start to bring it back here. But yeah, I'm a little bit blown away by what happened here at the beginning of the game. Imagine how mad Soljin is right now. Think about if you're Soljin. And if you're on that and you're just like asking yourself, why the fuck did I not go Headhunter? Like, honestly, think about it for just a second. You're sitting there and you're just like, why did I go Headhunter? He would have 4 stacks towards Headhunter already, and the only hero that he needed to still kill is Deathwing. So, that's kinda annoying for him, I suppose. But yeah, well, it was what it is. So, we still got a level lead. Well, not quite, but it's close. And they can try and capitalize on it now that the first objective is up. But obviously we have Monster Hunter. Gia doesn't really have a whole lot of stacks for his talent available. But in we go. Will Q again with a slide and another attempt to coordinate something here. Azerite, by the way, is at 25 stacks now. So we're only 3 minutes into the game and he has 25 stacks. That's pretty commendable. So really good for him. Yeah, also runs into Soljin again. Gets another couple of shots connected on the other hand. They lost the halftime show. So that's also a little bit of a problem. And in we go. Another attempt at winning the objective. Actually now defending it first and foremost. Azerite has to be careful, as the boss is barely escaping, but he is able to get away. Vala hasn't even joined the fun here. She's just trying to get more and more damage in against the Immortal. Doesn't have the repeating arrow yet. It makes it a little bit harder. Doesn't have a lot of stacks on the level 4 either. But Monster Hunter alone is still doing a whole lot of work. And even if they don't win it, at least they keep the shield low. But there's the kill. Cassia gets 1. Might even get a second one. Azerite wants it, and Azerite gets it. Double kill for him, and they took the Immortal. They actually won the Immortal. And Azerite is on 34 stacks already. Okay. Yeah, Blaze is now dead too. Alright. 4 kills against 0 in the early game as they lost the first big fight. But now all of a sudden they're really starting to spice it up here. Not only do they have solid stacks for Cassia, at the same time we're having them win the Immortal and get a couple of kills in. Vala now has the repeating arrow, so the next objective is already going to be much easier for them. But they are looking quite good here. Now, Vala needs to get stacks together. That's the other thing, of course. She only has 4 for the level 4 talent, so it's not really a whole lot. It's going to be a little bit of a slow approach on her for that. But, I mean, it's getting there. And Cassia is still stacking. I gotta admit that Azerite is doing a very good job here. He played a fantastic Ophia. Ophia got banned out for exactly that reason, so a little bit of a preference ban, a target ban. And instead, his Cassia is proving to be pretty solid on the stacking for the level 1 talent. 5-minute game and you got 40 stacks together. Can't complain about that. I mean, just look at the damage output. It's a bit early in the game, but he's at 16,000 already. So that's kind of good. It's actually pretty good given the circumstances here. Yeah, as the game continues, this is going to become more and more of an issue. I can already tell you that much. So right now we got 42 stacks. We have a little bit of top lane pressure. Pretty even in kills. Obviously, there's more damage on the fort for the red team. pepeMLady has suffered a lot, even with the low shield Immortal. It has hurt. And, well, off we go. Push through the bottom of the map in the attempt to drop the ball completely. ETC with a slide. No mosh pit available yet, so that's not going to be a problem. Wilq also on the run, and Cassia still stacking. I mean, he is murdering it. He's at 50 stacks. He has 50 stacks at this point. We're 6 minutes in. He's getting 10 stacks per minute right now. This pace is insane. There's no way he can keep it up. I mean, that's the first thing. Finally, are they getting a kill against him? No. Not even that, but yeah, if this continues anywhere near that pace, his late game damage is going to be out of this world. So for now, there's already the damage, like they are burning. Look how quickly they burn this one down. Just check this out. Vala with a repeating arrow on 8 stacks alone, and then Azerite also getting the damage in. So they have a 6,000 hit point advantage as they're heading into the halftime show. Level 10 abilities are soon going to be available for both teams. They're actually trying to go for Wilq down here at the bottom of the map. Yeah, level 10 is available for the opponent first. Khaldor is chasing him. And yeah, they're just wasting a little bit of their time. We want to get the level 10 too. Oh, he stage dives. Wow, we actually got stage dive for him. They didn't even try to chase him. That is a commitment here. Stage dive for ETC. I mean, there are a lot of interrupts against Mosh Pit, granted. Yeah, rolling abilities are now in. Especially, of course, when you have the potential. Yeah, Raid of Vengeance is in, and on top of that, we also have Stukov, who also can commit to that. Yeah, they can poke maybe a little bit more. Poke is exactly what we're getting from Cassia. And of course, if anybody is sitting at the sides, then that could even give her a few more stacks. And that's exactly what we're seeing. There's the slide, though. Already, we got the flip out. Nice. Camp is now taken on the left side, but they might have to abandon it for now. Yeah, Vala is still sitting there, but everybody is low. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, careful. If they get that reset... Oh, the kill against Limbing. Nice. Nicely done. Blaze is also going to fall, isn't he? He bunkered up. Yeah, he has the unstoppable. Nice. New habits. Oh, and gets caught on the corner as the Valkyrie comes in. That could have been the end of him for sure. But I can tell you one guy that's going to fall right now, and that's the big boy. That's the Immortal right here. So, yep, that Immortal is dead. And that's a big shield. That's a very, very big shield now. Deathwing is currently dealing with the top. Burns it to a crisp, the entire wave. And now it's Immortal time at the bottom of the map. Suljin on 13 stacks. Tazdingo on level 10 for him. But, yeah, look at the stacks on Suljin for the baseline, and you look at Cassia, and there is a huge difference. Yeah, there's a mad difference right now. And okay, let's go and see how much they can get out. I mean, Fort's gone. What else can he get? ETC has, of course, global value now because of the stage dive, so he can jump in late and can try and push the top lane out a little bit more, close the experience gap. And here we go. That's the opportunity to get a few more stacks in together for Cassia too. Alright, melee mode accomplished. Shield is down, so Immortal switches from range into melee mode. And they drop the wall without any problem. I'm not sure if they can get the keep. I don't really think so, but they will be able to get some damage onto it. If they commit hard to it, then maybe, but I'm not sure if they're going to go that far. So in comes the damage, or at least the attempt. Valkyrie is out. The kill against Cassia. Goodbye. 62 stacks. Immortal is not going to be able to take the keep down, but it does some damage. I do not know why Deathwing flew in for that one. That was a little bit of a Sudoku move. Yeah, Deathwing commits Sudoku as he tries to die with GARROSH, and now we have a kill against Stukov too. A little bit weird. I mean, they were kind of ahead, and they are still, at least on map presence, but I don't know if it was really necessary to sacrifice another 2 heroes, as they were in trouble there. So, yeah, that was a little bit strange. Either way, we now got the level 30 talents in, and that is Violent Reaction, of course. So that helps. That's definitely a good one. But I'm still a little bit confused as to that last move. Not sure if that was in any way, shape or form necessary. Yeah, they're still trying to go for the next play over here. Already the flip happening. Trying to look for the next kill. Will Q on the move out. And they are all a little bit low. Yeah, they could still get Li Ming. You can run, but you can't hide, baby. They're definitely gonna get that kill if they want it. It might take a while. Might take a while, but they're gonna get it eventually. Yep. Nice try, but no. That's not quite how it works. Okay. Yeah, that's 6 kills to 8 now. Kill lead still for pepeMLady. But again, they're the ones who already lost quite a significant amount of hit points in the keep at the bottom of the map. And now the Immortal is back up on the map and they only have 4 heroes. And they're gonna lose the halftime show. Easily, again. Vala isn't even done yet with her level 4. And still she is crushing it. Yeah, 5,000 hit point difference. Yeah, there's a fly in. They're hoping for another kill. And they're getting it, aren't they? Blaze bunkers up. Valkyrie. Ooh, Azerite. No fucking way. Okay, Suljin at least is down too. But Azerite still fell. 70 stacks, and he's going just a little bit too deep in these situations. Without the bunker, I think it would have been a different story, but as it stands, it's a 4 versus 4 situation. But thanks to Vala, they should still be able to get that Immortal. Vala came in. Deathwing is a bit low, so he needs to be careful. If Vala can connect any kind of arrow with this, then this thing is toast. Yep, Deathwing is dead. Li Ming came in and got the kill. And all of a sudden, the blue team is on the run. pepeMLady dives in with a stage dive EDC. Burger with a safe attempt. Berghult actually did fairly well here. Is Vala wrapping around? No, Vala could actually, in theory, try to get up here and drop another arrow. Doesn't really do any of this yet. 7 kills against 10. Li Ming is, of course, trying to turn it around, and Suljin has committed to the bot lane for the defense. Yeah, but there we go. There's 1 arrow, there are 2 arrows. Gia is sacrificing himself for the Immortal. The problem is that he doesn't get the RNG, so he's dead. I don't really know what they're doing, but they are just running it down mid at this point. I mean, that is crazy YOLO that we're seeing now. And it's totally unnecessary. They had 5 on the map already. I have no idea what's happening right now. But Suljin is not the only one that's trolling in this game. So they lose the Immortal. And they also are now behind in experience. So I just... yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening here. I mean, I don't know if they played some kind of drinking game in the last series and are now hammered, or why they're running it down mid, but either way, they are starting to throw this. So, I don't know. Off we go. We have our little setup here already with 18 stacks now for Vala. Okay. But yeah, that's... I mean, again, the Immortal doesn't really do a whole lot, but losing it... I mean, okay. the tilt is there. I don't understand what they are trying to do here. I honestly don't. So we got 70 stacks on Azerite. Is a lot slower right now. He had 10 per minute earlier. Now he's down to 5 per minute. And Vala goes into Frostshot. What? What's going on here? I mean, don't get me wrong. Frostshot isn't bad at all. Frostshot is great if you want to control the fight a little bit more. But I would really think that Gia normally, with the way that he plays the hero, would go into Manticore and Farfly Quiver here. So do they really feel that they don't have enough control over those team fights that they need the Frost Shot, or is he just simply thinking that he's going to poke from afar? It's a little bit weird. Because that, I mean, Gia in particular, I mean, that's usually a Manticore setup for him. Manticore Farfly Quiver is so insane. And they got Deathwing, they got Stukov, they got GARROSH. I don't really think that you need a Frost Shot here. I mean, if he just feels that he needs to stay farther away and he wants to poke against the Immortal with this setup, I mean, by all means, let's check it out, but that's a little bit of a strange one right now. There's a couple of really weird turns here. It's 16 versus 16 talents as we're heading into the next Immortal, and they're still slightly ahead in objective. Actually, sorry, I meant on structures, but it's not quite true with the fort still at the top. But, well, let's have a little bit of a look at this. Okay, so let's see how this is gonna go. Because right now it's still about the Immortal, gets one shot in, actually doesn't vault yet, doesn't go for the double, but they are already, of course, poking away against it. Okay, so there we go. They get some easy damage in. Could potentially think, oh, nice knockdown against Wilkie, and nobody there to follow it up yet. If they can catch him in another one, then that would be the dream. But, yep, let's go. Yeah, right now there's the lockdown, maybe a kill attempt. Not quite yet. Good setup. Great play by Khaldor here. As soon as ETC comes down, he gets immediately shoved away. So that's good. Let's have a little bit of a look what they can do there. But yeah, I still think that the lack of Manticore Farfly Quiver combo is a mistake given the setup on the other side. Suljin, by the way, is on 24 stacks. So he has the, well... Again, Azerite is super far out. He's playing hyper aggressive. They're getting ETC flipped over. There's the taunt, follow up, and the kill. But Deathwing is dead too. So every single time they get a kill, it just seems there's a counter kill on the other side. And pepeMLady, they of course smell blood in the water. They realize that they have a chance here. They are a little bit ahead. They are doing a great job here. Halftime show is pretty much a 50-50. Small advantage for the House Mafia, granted, but it's not really a big lead or anything. Yeah, Gia comes in, one arrow. Leaves it at one arrow, doesn't go for the repeating, doesn't go for the insta-ball, is playing it a little bit safer, so there's an escape tool available. But there's the turn against Burger, and Backhold goes down. Suljin has the ult, and that could be the end of Cassia too. She is barely making it out of this one. Yeah, 85 stacks for her. Suljin is done with his quest, by the way, so he has that. Damage output, 49,000 for Cassia. Li Ming on 47k, and it seems like they're gonna let this one slide. Yes, no? Nobody's fighting for the top. It's a 4 versus 4. They're trying to go for the defense now. She is the one that's already back to business. Okay, gets the frost shot value right here. 1 arrow, 2 arrow, ETC with a stage dive, and Cassia is dead. Too far out, too alone, no cover. Gia also on the run, Deathwing in trouble, and guys, pepeMLady is starting to take this. They are moving in again, they're taking the Immortal, and they are now getting more and more ahead in this game. Yeah, it is fairly weird. Really, really, really weird here. So, I don't know. I mean, right now, we have 20 on the board, we got an Immortal coming in, and, I mean, again, it's past midnight, but I don't know. We had so many tournaments lately that ran until 2 AM or something. It's not even 1 o'clock yet, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with the House Mafia, but they played it very strong early in mid-game, and then all of a sudden they were just literally running it down here, so a couple of weird decisions in terms of the way that they present themselves in the fight. Hyper-aggressive too, and right now it's backfiring hard. It worked out at the beginning, but now they are in trouble, and they might actually lose the game right here now. It's a level 20 advantage on the other side. GARROSH is down, and I don't think there's any way for them to save this. The shield is already gone. Deathwing is moving in. Oh, mini Deathwing. Gets shrunk to size. And, well, that's game. Deathwing down, GARROSH down, they go for Azerite and drop Cassia, and even without the Immortal, that's just the end of the game. That's the lead for pepeMLady. pepeMLady has it, 1-0 against the House Mafia as they take the win on Battlefield of Eternity. Okay, a little bit of a strange one. The game is a little bit weird. I have no idea what's going on here, but that's a little bit uncharacteristic for the players that are on the blue team. So they've been YOLOing it hard on the last one. I'm very curious to see what's happening right now. If all of a sudden they say like, okay guys, we had some fun, let's go serious mode here and give pepeMLady more run for their money. Or not, because it's a little bit strange. I mean, pepeMLady is definitely strong enough to take them down. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to indicate that if House Mafia plays the normal game, they win this easy peasy. But the way that this went down was just very awkward. So, yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly what's happening here, but also after the game was over, it was actually Gia who broadcasted through Battle.net just like a bunch of smileys. So I'm not sure if he was just like frustrated or what's going on there, but I think at least a few of these things were a little bit of them just like funning around. As I said, I don't think Sultan was the only one that was trolling around here. So now that we have Ophia banned out again and also Greymane banned once more, there's of course another chance that they're going to go into an earlier Cassia pick. What's Kaya Foundry definitely... Urel is not banned. Okay, so yeah, Urel gets picked first. That's fair. Then I think that we're going to see the Cassia pick on the side of pepeMLady, of course. But kind of interesting still. The last game was just weird. I'm still not quite sure what to make out of that, because at the beginning of the game, after they lost the initial fight and got a little bit hammered on this one, they very, very quickly turned it around and they did fairly well. And all of a sudden, it just seemed like in the middle of the game, they just said like, fuck it. Just simply YOLO. Okay, DECKARD Kayn and Rexa, no Cassia pick. Okay, Rexa and DECKARD Kayn, which leaves Imperius open, which leaves Cassia open. Okay. So we could see I mean, the last time we saw Imperius Urel, was pretty disgusting. And even if they don't pick it, they can simply ban it, right? So there's the Cassia pick. Do they commit to Imperius 2 or do they ban him out? Mafia. Okay.
Grant us strength.
Grant us strength. Okay. Alright, so I guess Imperius is going to be banned, likely. Honestly, Will Q is probably going to try and play JOHANNA more than anything else. Yeah. I mean, he's been playing a couple of other heroes too, so it's not like he can't play them, but still, Jojo and ETC are usually his go-to. And those are available, and he most of the time is locking in on those. So, let's have a look. I'm actually curious what the third ban is. Because against other teams, I would have said ban out Imperius. Against them, I'm not so sure about this. I think he could definitely go for a different one. Because I'm not sure if they play Imperius all that hard. And yeah, they ban Diablo, so they leave JOHANNA open if he still wants it. So he can pick JOHANNA now. But they actually leave Imperius open. And it doesn't seem... And I don't really think that pepeMLady is going to pick him. Like, they have Rexa already, and I don't think that Vilkio has been playing him in the main tank position. There's JOHANNA, again, as I told you. So they're playing Jojo, Chromie, Nashi is playing her. Okay. And let's see, what else? I mean, the last two picks are coming through now for the House Mafia. So let's have a look at what they can actually get here. You got Gia and Backwoods still missing their heroes. I mean, actually, Backwoods, I mean, normally when we're talking about Backwoods, you could go into GARROSH again. How does Tyrael fit here? Yeah, Tyrael, okay, and Diming together with it. Alright, alright. There we go. And that puts us into the last pick as we're heading into game number 2, which could actually technically be the last game of this series. It's still a best of 3. We're soon going to head into the best of 5s in the tournament. But yeah, let's have a look. Boss, they need more damage. They need a little bit more damage at this point. And it's Suljin again. Alright, they're trolling once more. Suljin Chromie. Alright, alright. Let's go. Suljin Chromie, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Volskaya Foundry, our second map in this best of 3 series. Volskaya Foundry, let's go. We got House Mafia on the left side with Galnagulna on Malfurion. We got Azerite on Cassia again, Skok on Urel, Gia on Liming, and Backhold on Tyrael. Okay. Azerite did a fantastic job stacking on the last map. This map is a little bit easier to stack too. So there's a good chance that he actually walks away with a huge amount of stacks for his level 1. And in addition to that, we got pepeMLady with a Will Q on Johanna. We got Dylan, they got Kane, Cesabos on Suljin, again with the Bone Slicer on level 1. The Shear on Chromie, and Richu on Rexar. Okay. Time for Misha to get a little bit of value in this game. Starting things off with a Bird of Prey. Yeah, and that's... I mean, again, let's see how this is going to pan out. But for pepeMLady, this is a fantastic opportunity to go straight into the next one. So, at this point, we have pretty good setup here. Backhold is jumping out. Pretty good setup for the red team. But I'm really curious to see how many stacks Casa gets together. Azerite did fantastic in the early game. I mean, again, as we headed into the mid game, when the entire game started to fall apart for the House Mafia, it really felt like he didn't really do a whole lot anymore. He just played so aggressive that he was always in front of his tanks, and then he got punished for it. But up to that point, the stacking was just out of this world. So in this map, he should be able to get even more stacks together if he plays it properly. And if they then just coordinate their fights a little bit better towards the end of the game, I think they have a good shot of giving pepeMLady a run for their money. But right now, we have the bot lane, still a bit of experience getting soaked, camps are up. Therefore, of course, now the turrets get attacked right away. 1 minute in, they're spawning. Yeah, and well, with that, the only question is, at least for now, if they're also attempting to go for the healing beacons. That's pretty much the bigger one. Okay. So, right now, yeah, all eyes pretty much on the support camp. Checking that one out. We have in the middle of the map, so the team's just like fighting around a little bit. And yes, they actually go for it. Okay, support camp is getting attacked here. They're gonna try and make this work. We already got the level 4 abilities. Also the deep roots, actually. We got the Ruby, and here's the fight. Okay, so Suljin getting a couple of hits in. They're also already combining to some of the turrets. One is already out, and the item gets taken, and that's a kill against Will Q. Will Q down, Misha also eliminated, item gets taken. Couple of hits from Chromie, but not enough to get a counter kill. 12 stacks for Cassia. Off we go. That's a good start for the blue team. So last time they actually lost 4 heroes in the first fight. This time it's a little bit better. They actually get a kill and they walk away with the extra item too. The one thing that we still have to point out is they sacrificed their turret. So they actually got the turret in, and the blue team was the only one to commit an item. So it's still one item against an item. Obviously the healing beacon is worth a little bit more, but at least the turret wasn't lost to pepeMLady. So there's that. Okay, so 4 stacks for Suljin. I mean, he doesn't really get any stacks in yet, anything like significant. Outside of the team fight, of course, and that's really where the objective comes into play. So now there's a time for him to shine. Up at the top, careful, trying to get the solo kill over here. Walking in maybe a little bit too deep and tanking a couple of tower shots, but still, that's not too bad. Liming was waiting for potential rotation, but nobody is falling for that just yet. The advantage still goes to the red team, now that the blue team is starting to make a play for it too. The roots on the ground. Cesabos is still alive, but for how much longer, that's the question. And the answer is not for much. Loses the item, gets stolen away. That's not a good start into this game for pepeMLady. The House Mafia is absolutely crushing them. The House Mafia, at least in the first few minutes here, is just shitting on them. 3 kills to 0. Early level 7, an advantage there too. And they're going for the objective now as well. This is not looking solid. Not at all. Yeah, this will be more than a little bit of rough if that continues. I mean, he even lost the item. It's not only that he got the kill, but he felt apparently that he was able to walk out of it eventually, and yeah, that didn't happen. So, not really on top of their game right now. Yeah, 3 kills to 0. Top side gets pressured. They're hoping, of course, to get back in experience, first and foremost, and they can still try and fight for this one. And Misha is already starting to contest it, so they are starting to go for it as we speak. But in we go. At that point, what do we have? There's the overtime. Any second right now. They're coming straight in. Are they going to take the fight? There's no level 10 just yet, but of course that could become a reality at some point. They're trying to go for the kill against Suljin. Not quite. Gets a couple of stacks together. Has 7 now in total. Tries for a little bit more here. Will Q also slightly in trouble. Couple of additional potions are already coming out. Items on the ground. Double turret. They can't hold this. No. The objectives are going to be taken by the blue team. They're trying. They've been sitting there for quite a while, but they won't be able to hold that. Not at all. No chance. And yep, gets claimed. 20 stacks by now for the level 1 on Cassia. Not quite the same pace that we had in the last game, but still getting some good value out of the level 1. At least for now. Again, oftentimes, even when you're losing, for example, the Protector, you have an easier time stacking because it's pretty much an easy hit for you whenever you're defending. And, well, off we go. There already has the top lane pressure against the Fountain, which so far hasn't really come through, but the level 10 helps them now as well. Sanctification, obviously, the weapon of choice. This time, no Valkyrie. Just riding around each other over here. A little bit of a trolling setup. But the problem for Johanna is that now she's getting a little bit more company, as we have 2 frontliners going up against her. Fountain at the top is gone, so that's pretty much what you try to accomplish with objective number 1. It's already a big one. And, well, they're trying to go for another quick kill against the fort over here. Well, Fury doesn't have his ult yet, hasn't committed to anything. They're still waiting also on the side of pepeMLady for the level 10. And at least they didn't lose any additional heroes. But now, ooh, that's a blessed shield commitment. Yeah, I don't know. That was a bit optimistic, to say the least. Chromie gets a quest completed. Old Man is stopping the onslaught a bit as they're trying to turn it around. But the blessed shield was definitely ambitious. There's a bit of a long-distance blessed shield too, and Malfurion just simply cleansed its stun out with his Nature's Cure, so that didn't really do a whole lot for them. Okay. Well, there's the hit. And there's another item. They are having real trouble to get any kind of foothold in this game, I feel. I mean, this is pretty much the main thing here. You look over to the setup right now. Skok is starting to also invade and try to take the turret away. If they take that one too, just imagine, that would be the absolute like last hit here too. So now they're ahead in items, they're starting to take the turret over here on the left side as well. It's still the initial 3 kills that they had, but it's an entire level lead. And things are not really getting any better for pepeMLady. So, I mean, time will tell. Suljin at least is about to hit his first quest reward, so he's going to get a range increase, which is going to be neat for him. And as this continues, his auto attacks are at least going to do a little bit more. But he's getting pressured again by Urel, and they're just getting bullied over here. So he has the first quest reward, that's the range increase. Nearly dies, but gets zipped back by the temporal loop. They get the kill against Urel, nice! I actually didn't think they would be able to pull it off here. But they do, and Gia nearly falls as well. Rexa wasn't even here, by the way. That's a 5 versus 4 that they were just winning. And topside, at least the fort is starting to lose some hit points, or at least the wall. And that's also experience lost for the House Mafia. So that's actually a little bit of a step back into the right direction for pepeMLady. Okay, level 13 talents should be ready for them by the time that we are looking at the next objective. So there's that. They might, I mean, is this another one of those setups where at some point the House Mafia is just losing complete control over what's happening on the map? 30 stacks by now on Cassia's side, 16 for Suljin. And Rexa, by the way, is about to be done with his quest too. He only needs 1 more globe, and then we're going to have the extra armor for him and Misha. So there's that. Yep. Let's go. Objective up. 13 about to be ready. He still doesn't get that globe though. There it is. Right there. Take the blue one. Okay. Yeah. Baits it in. They actually have a chance here. I mean, of course they generally do, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, the way this has been going at the beginning of the game, it really looked like they're gonna likely get snowballed. But yeah. Right now, Johanna dead. Oh, that actually hurts. Yeah, Jojo falling in the middle at that point in time, that's unfortunate. Now Suljin is gonna fall likely as well. They're trying to keep him alive. Yeah, oh my god, they actually... What? Nah, like, it was close. Yeah, they're in trouble now. Dyla also on the run. And the old man, oh my god, he gets away for just a second and then Tyrael commits to it, drops the item even, and they're just chasing him down all over the place. This is getting nasty. Bot lane, Skog, he's the only one who's sitting there. Gia's waiting for a chance to come in and take Richard from the side with a flank. Comes in, but isn't able to get the kill. But yeah, now the objective gets taken at the top lane. Oh, well, at least they're working towards it. They go for everything that they can possibly can. They already have the top 4 taken down. The fort in the middle has taken damage. At the bottom of the map, they're trying to push Rex out. They go for the item. They don't even know where to go next. I mean, at this point, Skog is also keeping the rest of the team at bay, making sure that nobody is able to move in against him. We have another camp up. Suljin is this time going for it and trying to make the play here. But yeah... That's 56% for Khaldor. They have level 16. Technically, with the objective, they could go for keep. If you have a talent advantage and you already dropped the fort, then you can theoretically try and go for keep here. And top lane keep would be a nice one to take down right now. It's a little bit trickier than it was in the past after the protectors got changed, but still. So now the counter attempt, and she's already poking at it. They want to go for keep. That's why Azurite is already poking this down. Well, and I'm wrong. Nope. Am I? Well, Fury doesn't really know where to go. Bot lane is also getting attacked. What is happening this game? So they're trying to defend at the top. Chromie down here is dead.
Yay!
Gets slapped around a little bit, and instead of going for the keep, they're just going for the fort in the middle. Alright, gotta fight your battles at some point, right? So, there's that. Bot lane also gets attacked. Founder's already gone. This is just nasty. They're so in control of this game now. It's ridiculous. Every single fort is down. And honestly, the main thing that the Protector did is just walk around and look good. That's the main thing that they did. So now they're moving into the middle a little bit to try and check that out. But, it's like, I don't know. This is getting a little bit nasty. Now they're going down to the bottom of the map in an attempt to break through the wall before the third objective is even announced on the map. So there's that. And off we go. Yeah, so there's the hit. Wall is gone. If they take the third objective, the keep is definitely toast. 2 levels ahead. 7 kills against 1. 2 levels ahead. Damage output 38,000 for Cassia. That one's in. Over here, a little bit of a play too. They're looking for the fight again. Interrupt against Dyla. Immediate. And Urel falls. I'm just waiting for the moment where the House Mafia gets too cocky and starts to YOLO it too hard and then gets murdered. Yeah, but I don't think it's happening. There's the setup as Li Ming comes in for the kill. Berkult though, Sanctification. Okay, he saves himself. And they still got they got 2 healing beacons. I mean, they got 2 healing beacons. When's the next one up? 25 seconds, so they can go for the third. Definitely have what it takes now. Alright. Also gonna be so close to 20. I'm actually a bit interested to see what they're gonna make happen with 20. They're gonna get 20 super early in the game. That's gonna be way before the objective is on the map. So are they gonna try and push for keep? Are they just gonna try and establish even more item control? Or what's gonna be the play for them? That's pretty much... That's honestly one of the things that I would like to know right now. Yeah, Li Ming is waiting at the side, waiting for the Calamity. Tries the combo, doesn't hit it. They're trying to steal this one away, but they can't. That's good for pepeMLady. They at least are able to get the control of one. But of course, part of the problem is that the House Mafia is just saying, why would we fight this? If we get an insta-kill and can flank someone and take it down, then of course we're going to take the fight. But taking a totally fair fight, just like 5 versus 5, 4 versus 4 right there in the open, why would we do that given how far ahead we are? And that's also the reason why pepeMLady is trying to commit to this camp. because they're just saying this is the only chance that we can take a battle on even talents. If they take it, great. If not, then at least we walk away with an item advantage. Well, not advantage, but with an extra item here. And they are fighting for this. This time they're actually willing. They're dropping a couple of items on top of this too. And, well, there's the kill against Suljin. Malfurion is at least down, so that's a counter kill. They're still fighting, by the way, on the point. Old man comes in. Chromie with a little bit of additional damage. Blue team has their 20. Backhold survives, and they got the healing beacon too. Alright, so they got the item, they have the level 20, and now I really want to see what they're attempting to do with it. Because that's a... Well, actually, the control point gets announced a little bit quicker than I expected it to. So, might not push for structure after all, and just wait it out. Let's go. Bottom of the map. I mean, again, this entire wall is already gone. It's pretty much as good as it gets. Stacking on Cassia is not nearly half as good as I thought it would be. Then, to be fair, after the initial beating, we didn't really have a lot of those sustained long fights, especially the second objective, for example, wasn't really fought over at all, so that's a big problem for them. But, yeah, there's the objective already starting up. Half a level is missing. Can you imagine pepeMLady coming back into this? Because I'm seriously sitting there and I just can't. It's like, it seems like every single fight just gets dominated by the House Mafia, and that after game number 1 they said like, okay guys, we need to really get our act together here. This isn't really working the way that we planned to. Now they're coming to the top, and well, Suljin is gonna die, and Wilq is gonna fall too, isn't he? Ah, yeah, there it is. 1 kill, 2 kills. They're trying to go for more, and Chromie doesn't get locked down yet. But Urel at the same time is just sitting at the bottom of his mess like, how dare you fight without me? I want a piece of the action as well. So far she doesn't get anything. Protector is claimed, and the Space Goat is on the way. Okay. So, time to go. 20 versus 20. 29 stacks also for Suljin, just saying. It's not really going to help him here. But with 2 heroes already dead, obviously they're going to try and end the game here. Force game number 3. And the way that this keep is going, who doubts that they're going to make that play? Yeah, that's an easy keep, and to be fair, that's going to be an easy core too, I think. 10 seconds until Suljin is back. Shield is going to be gone within seconds here. They're already poking from afar. And yeah, core is falling quickly. And they still got... they actually don't have sanctification up any longer, but it doesn't really matter anymore. I mean, this is an absolute disaster right now for them, and an easy win. Nicely done. 3 down, and that is game. 1-1 as we're heading into game number 3 between the House Mafia and pepeMLady. Alright, Infernal Shrines. Guys, this is going to be a little bit of a faster draft. So first of all, the last one was pretty weird, game number 2. But actually the entire series was a little bit weird. I don't really know what's going on here. Maybe it's just like the late hour or something. But some decisions that are being made here are just more than a bit strange. So Orphea gets banned first of all. Again, this is going to be a very quick one, or at least it should be, because we're actually going into the draft for the second time. There was a pick, which I commented on a little bit as it happened. They took Li Ming after we've seen the bans on Cassia and Orphea this time, so targeting Azerite. And then Li Ming all of a sudden get picked from them. And that really didn't make a whole lot of sense, because on Infernal Shrines she's really not the go-to hero, because you have limited value out of her combos on the shrine fights. Doesn't mean that she's completely useless, but she's not the go-to. And instead it was actually a Hanzo pick, so they misclicked and they talked in chat about it, which is obviously in this case now muted. But that is a lot more, I mean, again, it's a lot more down the road than we expected here. I'm still kind of interested in that Junkrat pick on the side of pepeMLady, because I initially commented a bit that I expected Gia to try and get Junkrat for himself, but I don't really think that they thought pepeMLady would steal it away from them. So Imperius gets played by Wilq, which is also a little bit out of what we normally see from him. I thought that he would go into a pick on JOHANNA, given that ETC was already banned away, and Jojo gives more value on Infernal Shrines through the wave clear. But Imperius set up for him. Diablo still gets banned, so they're expecting Imperius to potentially end up in the side lane instead of the main tank role. But with Ana also as a pick, it's a little bit of a question of what else gets picked as a damage here. But this is pretty much where they just canceled the draft and said, okay guys, we need to like switch this out and redraft that. Zeratul gets banned. But it's definitely putting us in a pretty interesting situation right now. So... okay, let's have a bit of a look at that. Infernal Shrines and the last, or the next two picks here for the blue team. Okay. Off we go. Bam. Blaze and Jojo. Old school combo. I like it. Alright. Yeah, got the layered defense. Johanna not taken by pepeMLady, so it gets taken by the House Mafia. And that leaves us with good wave clear from Blaze, wave clear from Johanna, we have lockdown, we have CC, we got slows, we got stuns. So this is a pretty powerful setup for them. They just need another good damage dealer that can really come in, and there is that. Yeah, and off we go. Sylvanas and Deathwing. Okay. Yes, good setup if you can get the objective in particular, but I gotta say that I kind of like what the House Mafia is currently bringing to the table here. That's actually pretty powerful. And let's go. What could they go for the damage? Something with a bit of wave clear would be nice. Maybe get a mage in too. I don't know Azerite's hero pool though, so that's a little bit of an issue right now. Could even play Vala. Greymin is great too. Alright, game number 3. Let's go. Infernal Shrines, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it happen. Our last map in this best of 3 series here in the losers bracket of the Panda Cup. Game number 3, let's go! Infernal Shrines is the map, and we have Galnegulnar on the left side for the House Mafia on Malfurion. We got Skog on Blaze, Gia on Hanzo, Azerite on Greymane, and Burger on Johanna. On the right side of the map, pepeMLady with a Will Q on Imperius. The Polish team with Sasabos on Sylvanas, Ritual on Deathwing, Nashir on Junkrat, and Dyla is playing Anna. Off we go. So, with that, what do we have? We actually got the Simple Geometry on level 1, so getting into the Scatter Arrow right away. Also, we have the Adrenaline Stim Pack for Blaze. No new habits. And the lockdown attempt against Jojo immediately, which gets countered by a quick Iron Skin. So far, so good. And now, of course, also, potentially, the first kill here maybe? Nah, nobody. It's a big brawl in the middle of the map, 5 versus 5. But nothing else happening, just the attempt of Junkrat to maybe boop someone back into the battle and get an isolation kill, but they can't really make that work either. So, with that already said, we have topside Richu going up against Skog, and Sesabos is starting to help out a little bit as they're trying to go for Blaze, but Jukemaster 2000 already successfully and is able to get away. Bot lane rotation between the bottom and mid lane though. Is still going strong, and that's obviously a slight numeric advantage now, at least for a few seconds for the House Mafia. Not that they can really capitalize on it. 1 minute in, camps are spawning, and that leaves us with the first focus points on the map here, as we're heading into this third map. So let's have a little bit of a look at who's going to take the third one. I would assume that on the left and the right side we're going to see an even split this time. Nobody's making an aggressive move yet, but that only means that the focus will shift quickly to the bot lane and the last remaining camp over here to see who is able to grab that up. So, for now, level 4 talents, we're still waiting for that too. It's a really weird series. I commented on it a little bit during the draft, but I have to simply say it again. I don't know what it really is. I mean, it's a weekday and it's currently 1:30 in the morning. So for the European teams, this is already a little bit strange. There's also one of the reasons, by the way, why GARROSH is currently not playing for the red team, and we have Nashir subbing in for him, because he has to work early in the morning, and that's why he had to drop out before the series started. So that's why we have a sub player currently for the Polish team. But there's so many weird things happening in this game. I mean, everybody that's playing here is pretty much Grandmaster. Or way better than most Grandmasters too. You look towards the Swedish team and we've seen so many of these guys playing on the European top teams. But there are so many things that happened on the last two maps where I'm just like, what is happening here? So it's a little bit of a troll setup sometimes. Like, I don't know, maybe people are just tired. It's been a long day with a lot of games. but they have experience with that too. But whatever it is, it's a little bit of a chaotic game that we're currently watching here, or a series. One of these two teams is advancing, or is going to advance to the next round. The other one is going to drop out of the tournament. Obviously, as this continues, we're also going to shift our attention again to the winner bracket, where we have then some of the European top teams like Feel the Heat and Washed Up soon clash against each other. So it should be a pretty fun one. And we had some great games too. But at least for the final match for day one, it's a little bit of an awkward setup. I mean, either way, at this point we have the first objective at the top being fought over, and that's where the teams are starting to field their entire lineup, with the exception of Sylvanas and Blaze, who are still holding on to the bot lane. I'm getting tired too, I'm admitting it. Especially my throat is actually a little bit affected today. First big cast after I came back from my travel in Germany, and apparently, yeah, I don't know, I'm not used to that anymore. Anyways, Will-Q taking a little bit of a beating up there at the front. Right now it's pretty even on the points on the objective. We got Junkrat also on level 7 now with a sticky wicket. But more importantly, we got a kill coming in. Scott goes down. Game 3, kill number 1, Blaze eliminated, and they're looking for a follow-up. Oh, and they might actually get it. Chia! Oh, there it is! Chia down, there's that double kill. Nicely done. Will-Q, oh, they can't keep him alive. Dyla with the pew 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 as Anna connects one shot after another. But that looks like an objective in the hands of pepeMLady. And a little bit of momentum here. I gotta say, on map number 2, it was House Mafia just crushing it. The Swedish meatball special is what we saw on Volskaya Foundry, as they absolutely dropped them. But right now, it seems like the action is headed the other way. pepeMLady, with a pretty solid and clean fight at the top lane, is able to grab themselves the first protector and get some damage in. Azerite with a bait over the wall, so far so good. Will-Q jumped over and he's like, team. He's a little bit caught over here, trying to save himself in the corner and then pushes out again. But it's kind of funny because it also means that they got nothing out of this push. At least that's what it looks like. Only the gate over here. Anna gets taken down too. And that brings us back to me talking a bit about how this feels like everybody is a bit tired today. So, yep, there's that. I mean, currently we're still having the push through the middle, through the bottom. We had a bit of a split with Deathwing and Junkrat taking those two lanes and trying to get an experience lead for them at least. And they succeeded in that, and they get a kill too. So they get Hanzo. That's the 3rd kill in this game. And as you can already tell, that's not the only thing that happened. We've at least seen them get closer to level 10. Oh my god, Azerite gets out, but they got level 10 in a second. I was just waiting for him to go for Wrath and try to get the pickup here. But no, not quite. Yeah, that's level 10 abilities, and that's of course an easy way to go straight in on those objectives, on those mercenary camps, and try to claim those. Yeah, I can take that, and could fire away on the other side, gets the vision connected, and that's an easy fountain destroyed here. Yeah, no problem. Nicely done by Junkrat, gets the vision over, fountain is down, and that means that they have also control over the rest of those camps, at least for the time being. The House Mafia locking in the level 10. Got the bullet out now, first and foremost, and let's go down to the bottom of the map. There's already another camp in action over here. Oh, that's another fight, and Jojo goes in deep. Deathwing isn't here yet. The kill against Junkrat comes in. They steal it away. Nice. Their House Mafia. Look at that. Double kill for them. All right. Will-Q pausing the game. The tactical 3-2-3 pause right here. And the obvious lag coming through as well. No, I'm just joking. But that was actually fantastic for them. So they got not only 2 kills, they got the camp 2, and now they have also momentum on the map. So for game number 3, it's definitely off to a bit of a spicy start here. Initially it seemed like pepeMLady is just looking a bit cleaner on the 3rd map. But now the House Mafia is trying to fight back into this. This was, by the way, also without the arrow, for example. Dragon's arrow wasn't even used in that last fight. And that was a prime setup for Hanzo to connect that, but he didn't even have to commit to the cooldown because Jojo and Blaze were already moving into the point. Yeah, Blaze now moving up to the top, and they have the position right now to try and move in and take all of the bot lane down. Fountain eliminated. This is, by the way, the lane where the next objective spawns, right? So dropping that fountain and the wall is already a huge step into the right direction to win another, or win the first objective for the House Mafia. The Swedes here are going full meatball. They are meatballing this. So, yeah. I mean, Sweden is actually kind of insane because they have snowballs and they got meatballs. They got all the balls. Did I mention that I'm tired as well? I'm not quite sure right now. People are just listening to this and they're like, "What fun? What the fuck is he talking about?" Okay, so there's one camp on the right side. Okay, both of the teams going for the camp, timing around the objective. Party time. So Sylvanas can take that one out too. It's actually kind of funny if you think about it. They got one objective already, and even with Sylvanas, they didn't really get a lot done. So over here, the lead goes to the blue team. The House Mafia is able to take that in. Deathwing is still topside, trying to push this out, and then can also move down. Same time though, that's a problem. Skok in trouble, and goodbye. Blaze is down. The problem is, taking that kill also means that we have 34. They're just taking the objective. They're just taking it. They can just simply poke from the outside. It's 4 stacks that they need. Unless they get another kill, there's just no way they're going to claim this over the time. Arrow comes in. Yep, there's the blessed shield follow-up, and no, he actually survives. Graham and what the fuck? Graham and Malfurion are both dead. That's a kill against... Oh, God. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the end of it just because it was so fucking hilarious. Look at this kill. Comes in, takes the wave, misses it, jumps in front of that, and then has the cooldown ready to come back out. Oh, I don't know why, but that entire fight was funny. They killed pretty much everybody in that battle, and it shouldn't really have happened in the first place. Can you imagine how annoying it must be for you to be on 37, 38 stacks, and then even with your ults committed, you can't get the 2 minion kills that you get for the objective, so you lose pretty much everything, and then you get murdered there like this? Damn. I mean, they got really unlucky. They got really, really unlucky there at the end. I kind of feel a little bit sorry for them, honestly. I mean, it seemed like the commitment to the kill against Blaze that we saw top lane made it so that the blue team would get an easy objective, like a free objective. You lose one hero, but you get the objective, you might not be able to push with it, and then that happens, and all of a sudden we're talking about a 1-level lead for pepeMLady, a 5-kill advantage, and a pretty solid situation on the infrastructure with the drop on the fort at the bottom of the map. So, yeah. Okay. But either way, 25,000 damage for Sylvanas now. We got 19,000 damage for Greymane. He's the top damage dealer for his team. Hans is actually taking over, just as I say it. Skok is just barely getting out of here. Dyla has to be careful too. Because if he's sitting back with Anna, if he gets at any point jumped on, then he's in problem. So, well... yeah, no follow-up. Yeah, he gets easily out of this one. Jet propulsion, no problem for him. 16 talents on the map, and with Sylvanas, they're obviously trying to take this down. I love how Sylvanas commits to the fort and everybody else runs away. Sylvanas pings the fort, disables it, and then tries to move back, and everybody runs away from her and is like, nah, I don't really want to. That was actually kind of cool. Cesar was like, guys, we got this. And it was like, do you know? Not now. But again, they are ahead. They don't really have a talent advantage anymore, at least not for much longer. But they still have that fort that they dropped at the bottom of the map, and they also do damage at the top. So right now, they have a bit of an advantage. That's definitely true. But we've seen too many times now the House Mafia coming back with another good play, another good kill, in a kind of isolation. So if they can pull that off again, they definitely have chances to bring this back. But, well, let's see. Yeah, for now we got topside, still Skok pushing this out a little bit. Just get a bit of a look at the experience here too. It's actually interesting that both of the teams have done a fairly good job at the minion experience, as you can tell here. So the main experience gap comes from the hero kills that we've seen so far. Passive experience plays a little bit of a role too, of course. But it's kind of cool to see that both teams have done a very good job to be diligent about the minion waves that are coming in and paying attention to that. So yeah, that worked out for them pretty nicely. Blaze and Deathwing are the two that had the most here. Oh, no. Nicely done by Khaldor, by the way. Really well done by him to drop Broccoli right there. Wheel Q could have theoretically come in for that. Hanzo arrow, yeah, doesn't really connect the way that they wanted it to. So now they're fighting over the shrine in 10 seconds. It's not even active yet and everybody is already going full all out. And there's the kill. Hanzo is down. Sylvanas got the kill in. And again, the red team in the lead. pepeMLady, they want another one. And, well, Nashir is getting just mad value out of his Junkrat plays here. And Bakul is on the run. Bakul is just trying to rush away from this one. They're chasing him down. If they get the staggered kill against him, that would be great, but he's wasting a lot of their time right now. He's wasting a ton of their time here. They're really committing to it. But that also means that they're currently lacking a couple of players over on the shrine. So Skog was trying to help him out. But yeah, there's the lead already, as now Deathwing moves in too, so the staggered death is definitely helping. Hanzo is back and is now on the way, but of course with, with Jojo dead, they're trying to interrupt on the other hand. The problem is that Wilq nearly gets the kill against Malfurion. He's a bit low, jumps out, ooh, and might still fall, but gets the heal from Dyla. Yeah, it's a little bit of a chaotic one, but there's the turret kill. Hanzo down. He came, he saw, and he died again. Benny, VDBG, and Malfurion is also dropped. The only one that's still surviving here is Skog for just a moment, but he's also going to be eliminated as Sylvanas is jumping back in. This is just an absolute shit show at this point. This game is all over the place. 19-17, and pepeMLady is absolutely murdering them right now. There's going to be another objective. Top fort has also been dropped as the entire setup with the Shaman camp moved through it. This is just insane right now. I mean, again, this is full-on Fiesta. This is all over the place. This is crazy. I mean, they chased JOHANNA down all the way down to the bottom of the map, and they tried to interrupt the rotation towards the shrine. Couldn't get a kill there. Wilq nearly kills Malfurion, then they got the kill against Hanzo immediately. Now the final fort falls, and they can still push through with Blaze not even back at this point. This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, they open up the wall, and honestly, at that point, 15 minutes in, you usually are not even in a position that far out. So I don't think they can go and get the key, but they have level 20. They have a 2-level lead now. They could sit there, especially with Junkrat. You can sit there and try and just poke this down slowly. Definitely possible. You have Molten Flame too, so there's so many tools that you have, with Anna in the back just continuously healing you. Pretty much all. Oh my god, Sylvanas, Jesus, Cesabos, calm the fuck down for a second. What's happening here? He's coming in hard and goes straight for Malfurion and drops that old geezer. And now they're trying to make another play after that sleep dart that we just saw there. Nano boosted Sylvanas is just absolutely, I mean, she's on crack at this point. Sylvanas is just murdering it. Hasn't died in this game either. 41,000 damage for her, and that's a dead keep. They're definitely getting the keep. Keep is down, and what a lead here. 14-3. pepeMLady crushing in this game. And yeah, they still have a 1-level advantage. Granted, the next fight over the next objective is very likely going to be on level 20 talents for both teams, but still, the advantage allows them to get the additional camps now. So it's a bit more pressure on the map, and they might even be able to do a little bit more here. So off we go. Let's see what else they can actually do right now. We got Sylvanas over here already. We got Wilq. The Shear is pushing in as well. Everybody at the bot lane with the camps and the catapults as they're trying to capitalize on that small advantage that they still have. I mean, the advantage is huge, but it's not going to be there for much longer. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So they're going to push through the wall, trying to open it up. Because if they win the next objective, which also spawns bot side, they can pretty much go for keep and core right afterwards if they drop the wall now. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. 8 stacks of broccoli only, by the way. Malfurion not really being able to connect a lot of roots this game. There's the 20. They already fall back a little bit before it happens. should be able to walk away from this one without problems. Bullseye is in. Sylvanas is also rushing out. Blaze is trying to go for the flank. Wilkie, on the other hand, more or less saw it coming. Dodges out on this one. And they're actually getting some damage in on the Blaze even before the fight starts. They're trying to fight the battle right now. Objective or no objective. They don't care. There you go. Sylvanas nearly gets another kill. Sylvanas is just crushing. With that nano boost, she is murdering them. Look at this. Wave after wave. Hit after hit. Sylvanas is absolutely going mad at this point. Just jumping all over the place like a bunny on speed. She's not normal anymore, guys. This is not normal. Sylvanas is everywhere. The biggest problem that Cesar Boss has right now is that he just doesn't have any mana left. He's just crushing everything, but he doesn't have the mana anymore to commit to it again. Khaldor, look at him. He's completely on the run. He's just like, guys, I'm on the wrong side of the map here. I'm not sure what to tell you. Wave after wave again. Is he gonna get out? Nah. Yes, he actually gets away, isn't he? He juked them. I mean, the objective is up, so there's at least that. The objective is up, and they're already taking the lead there. Without Blaze, obviously, they don't want to fight a 4 versus 5. This is getting bonkers. Finally, a little bit of mana for Cesarboss again, but it's not looking good for the House Mafia. Not at all. How much damage does Sylvanas have by now? 60,000 has taken the top damage in the game. Hasn't died yet either. Look at the siege damage too. I mean, she's just leading on pretty much all fronts for the red team at least. Malfurion got away. That's actually the funniest part about the last setup. So they take all of the camps. At least they got that going for themselves. The problem is that I'm pretty sure that with this setup here, the red team is now going to try and end the game. So, granted, if you ignore the top lane completely, eventually even the keep is going to fall. But I'm not sure if it's going to matter unless the blue team pulls off a pretty fantastic defense now. Which I'm not quite sure is going to happen here. Yeah, they bait it over into the middle. Or at least they try to bait it away from the keep. Yeah, that could be a kill. Nope, not yet. Yeah, and Sylvanas is still going for the keep here. Gia is jumping out. You're not the only one that can jump, my friend. Yeah, Cesarboss gets the kill. Solos Hanzo right now. Sticks that bow where the sun doesn't shine. And now they're going for the bottom keep, and I can already tell you what's next. They're definitely going to go for the core. They're trying to get the kill here, the indestructible proxies. They're going for Burger. Berghold is actually still alive, but the rest of the team is so incredibly low, and they're going for core here. They're going to try and take the game. This, ladies and gentlemen, looks more and more like we have a victory for pepeMLady. The Polish team, Napierdalaj, is committing straight up to the core, drops it quickly. And that's the end for the Swedish House Mafia as they drop out of the Panda Cup, and pepeMLady advances to the next round of the losers bracket here at the tournament. Nicely done, GG, and well played.